This is the Renault Arcana, an all-new model from the French carmaker that wants a slice of the coupe SUV pie the likes of Mercedes and BMW have been baking for a while now. But will buyers warm to a pound-shop version of a premium lifestyle-oriented offering? Will this analogy stretch any further, or has the pastry been overworked? Calm down. What are the engine options? You get two powertrains to choose from with the Arcana. There's a 1.3-liter turbo petrol, 138 brake horsepower, with 12V mild hybrid tech. It has fancy stop/start and offers a Wheensy boost under acceleration, and a 7-speed dual-clutch auto or a 1.6-liter full hybrid, 143 brake horsepower combined, that has two electric motors and a dog box. The latter transmission is a strange thing to find on a hybrid SUV. It's usually used in racing cars, and does away with such fripperies as the clutch to remove friction and energy losses. It would normally be a rough shifter, best suited to full-bore acceleration, but Renault's trick setup uses one of the electric motors to smooth those shifts out. Strangely, one of the company's engineers came up with the idea and persuaded his bosses to sign it off by building a working model out of Lego. How does the car drive? The Arcana handles with reasonable alacrity. The front end bites into corners and the car remains flat, but this is at the expense of ride comfort, which is a touch too firm for a nice family SUV, thunking over speed bumps and the like. The sporty vibe doesn't extend to sporty acceleration. Both cars sit just either side of the 10-second mark on the 0 to 62 miles per hour run, the 1.3 petrol having the edge. The hybrid car is the better choice around town. Its 1.2 kilowatt-hour battery enough to propel it along for a decent amount of time in EV mode, maybe even a mile or two if you drive carefully. As is the way with these things, the engine can be noisy and intrusive under heavy load, but the transitions are fairly smooth around town. But is the Arcana expensive? The Arcana has 3 trim levels: Iconic, S Edition and RS line, which start at around £25,000 and nudge to just over £30,000 in top spec. All models get automatic aircon, keyless entry and start, smartphone integration, LED headlights and cruise control as standard, while the entry car's 7.0-inch touchscreen infotainment system is upgraded to a 9.3-inch number for S Edition cars and above. How does it compare with its rivals? Renault is obviously trying to create a bit of a niche for itself with all the coupe shtick, but the likes of the Toyota CHR, from £25,000, and Cupra Formentor, from £27,000, have more exciting designs and in the Cupra's case a proper plug-in hybrid option if the eco thing appeals. Even the Citroën C4, from £20,000, does a better job of distinctive character-led design, and that has an all-electric option too. Without excelling in any particular area, the Arcana ultimately feels like a bit of a clinical focus group-led exercise. There's no doubt that it will hit the spot for a certain customer who's not really interested in cars and wants something a little distinctive, but coming from a company that's been as stylish and challenging in the past as Renault, it's a bit of a disappointment. The upcoming electric Megane has done a much better job at straddling the look of cars from different categories, but we should probably at least applaud Renault for trying. There's none of the quirkiness we've seen from the French carmaker, not the start of the Bible, not a bicycle, not a prog rock band. Genesis is in short the posh car arm of the mighty Hyundai Motor Group. This isn't a corporation with a habit of failure. Its Hyundais and Kias are mostly well received. Its Hyundai N hot hatch division is going great guns. Its all-electric offerings have led the field. But good honest ordinary cars don't automatically lever a manufacturer into premium territory. A brand needs a hook. And frankly the first batch of Genesis's cars don't have one. Maybe they're distinctively Korean, but few Europeans know what that means, however much they respect their Samsung phablets, not the start of the Bible, not a bicycle, not a prog rock band. Genesis is in short the posh car arm of the mighty Hyundai Motor Group. This isn't a corporation with a habit of failure. Its Hyundais and Kias are mostly well received. Its Hyundai N hot hatch division is going great guns. Its all-electric offerings have led the field. But good honest ordinary cars don't automatically lever a manufacturer into premium territory. A brand needs a hook. And frankly the first batch of Genesis's cars don't have one. Maybe they're distinctively Korean, but few Europeans know what that means. However much they respect their Samsung phablets, Genesis is all about new ways to explore and acquire the car, and about the warranty and service rolled in. If you're playing buzzword bingo, it's the purchase journey and the ownership experience. You never need go to a dealer. In fact, there aren't any. Much of the process is online, but online is more than purely digital. When you're ready, ask questions of a human. Traditionally, car dealers are full of salespeople paid commission for each car they shift. Genesis takes a different tack. The company's Genesis personal assistants, GPAs, answer your questions, hold your hand, and bring the car to you. It's a big crossover, almost exactly matching the BMW X5 in size. 7 seats are optional. Engines are a 2.5-liter petrol and a straight-six 3.0 diesel, and both have four-wheel drive as standard. The design was led by Sang-Yup Lee, ex of Bentley. It wouldn't actually be a ridiculous stretch to think this is a better-looking Bentayga. There's lots of chrome and sweeping curves on the outside. Inside it's a world of prominently stitched leather, knurling on the knobs, and flourishes of wood. Count the luxury gewgaws and fancy driver assist, and you have a car that's on par for the expensive territory they're pitching it at. Nope. This is where things unravel. You'll find more details by clicking through to this review's driving section. In brief though, some bits are merely average, and some of the rest quite poor. We tested the 6-cylinder diesel. It's refined enough, and the 8-speed auto pairs well with it. But it doesn't really shove you forward with the kind of authority you find in, inevitably German, rivals. And yet it's comparatively thirsty too. The steering and cornering are blandly reassuring, but lots of rivals do it better. The big issue is the ride. There's just too much commotion. Bumps and potholes make it feel like the whole chassis is shuddering beneath you. Bigger dips and crests have the whole car heaving and floating. On smooth motorways you're better served. It tracks well and stays subdued, thanks in part to active noise cancellation. All the better to enjoy the optional hi-fi upgrade, which is truly excellent.